Hey guys, Josh here from Sportitude Running, and it's shoe review time. And what we're going to be doing today is talking about the new Mizuno Wave Sky 5. This shoe here has just landed mid-part of August 2021, and the hype is real. There's a lot that Mizuno have done with regards to change from the Sky 4 to the Sky 5, and in my opinion, there's a lot to like about this shoe. Now, in today's review, we will not leave anything out. We're going to talk about the outsole, the midsole, the upper, profile the foot type that could be considering this shoe, also profile the type of runner that will be looking at a shoe like this, give you all the information at home that you need to, who knows, potentially throw this into your shoe rotation. So, without further ado, let's get stuck in. Okay guys, before we dial into the engineering features of the Wave Sky 5, let's talk about the foot type that this shoe here is catering. So what we're talking about is a neutral foot type. So nothing's changed there with the Wave Sky franchise. They've obviously sticking this in as their premium high cushioned neutral offering. So what we mean by neutral, no arch support has been executed on the medial side. So when we're looking at a neutral runner, it will look something like this in my hand. So I do have a slightly higher arch offering through here, so you can see there's a bit of real estate between the arch and the ground. So for this runner coming through their gait cycle, they'll either land on their heel or midfoot, but as they transition through the central part of their mid-starts phase, there won't be too much of a sort of tendency to favour that medial side. This runner will stay either through the central part of their foot, or ever so slightly they might tilt towards the outside or supinate as they exit out of their gait cycle. So with that in mind, and with what this shoe is also targeting, being a max cushion or high mileage running shoe, there is plenty of protection underneath the foot through here. So for the runner that's going to be thinking about buying this shoe, you're going to be someone that's looking for a mileage shoe. So you're doing plenty of long runs out in the road, or you're one that's just seeking a bit more protection underneath your body. Now it's light enough and you can certainly do some progressive runs in it. I have done in my pair and it felt absolutely fine at a slightly quicker pace. Now that being said though, this shoe is not really designed for someone who's going to throw a lightweight shoe on your foot and want to really smash some PBs or really put tempo runs into your shoe or into your weekly sort of training program. This is really more for your mileage running, so plenty of Ks out on the road. Okay guys, let's get into the engineering of the Wave Sky 5. First things first, let's talk all things outsole. So underneath the shoe you can see it is full ground contact from the heel through to the forefoot, a little bit of exposed foam underneath through here. So again, that's not, I wouldn't say that's going to be cause any grief for any runners out there. You may see a little bit of unusual wear, but hey, that's a-okay. Over time, you're going to expect wear underneath your shoe itself. At the back through here, we have a slightly harder wearing rubber, and that's been strategically placed there to cater for that heel striker. If you happen to be a midfoot runner, you're still going to get plenty of purchase with the ground on that lateral side through here. Coming through to the forefoot though, this is where I find, in combination with the midsole, most of the improvements and most of the comfort with this shoe. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flex grooves going through the forefoot through there. So you would look at that and say, okay, plenty of flexibility through the shoe itself, which is true. However, the way the midsole is pitched, I will explain why they have offered that flex screws in 2 ticks. But 4 flex screws on offer from the medial to the lateral side, very consistent. In comparison to Wave Sky 4, which is what I'll hold in my hand through here. So again, they had full ground contact. You can see straight away there is actually considerably more rubber on offer in the Wave Sky 4. So being that there is literally no areas through midfoot where they've taken any rubber out. Now by reducing the amount of rubber underneath the Wave Sky 5, naturally you're going to also reduce the weight of that part of the shoe, which is a great thing. Okay guys, let's talk about the midsole because there is so much going on. All right, so what we got here is an 8mm heel to toe drop in the Wave Sky 5. Last year we had a 10mm heel to toe drop, so there's a marginal change with that 8mm offset. And now talking about the stack height, we've got 37 in the heel and we have 29mm in the forefoot. So that's where you get the 8mm offset. Last year it was a 33-23. So last year's model was closer to the ground, but had a more of a pronounced heel to toe offset. So increasing the stack, but reducing the heel to toe gradient. And the reason they have done that is because Mizuno have introduced a little bit more of a rocker through the forefoot, which is a great thing. So by having a high heel to toe drop and a rocker, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't be a consistent feel underneath the body. So dropping at 2mm offering that rocker through the forefoot, you're going to get a smoother transition through the whole gait cycle. Now talking about the foams, because there's 3 key foams inside this shoe. On the top layer, we have got the Mizuno Euphoric X cushioning system. So that's been a technology they've used for a few years now. On the bottom layer, we have the Energy cushioning system. So it's actually split by the colors. So top layer being Euphoric is the navy, bottom layer white being the Energy. However, the biggest addition to this shoe is the new Energy Core, which you can kind of see with that little red call out through here. So Energy Core is a new patented technology that Mizuno have been working on for a few years now, and they've been waiting to introduce it into a shoe, and they've done it with the Wave Sky 5. So with this shoe through here as well, the Energy Core runs from the heel right through to the forefoot. Kind of a similar concept to what they were, with what they executed with the X Pop from last year. So again, you can kind of see that subtle yellow piece of foam, or that call out underneath the Wave Sky 4. And that was also a polyurethane cushioning system. So that was running from the heel through to the forefoot. Energy Core isn't polyurethane, it's a lighter, more responsive cushioning, or more responsive foam that they have been able to wedge between the Euphoric and the Energy, and also wedging it into the Mizuno Wave technology. Now, there's a lot to take in with this shoe with regards to what Mizuno have executed with their midsole. Now, I like to use the phrase less is more, but not the case with the Wave Sky 5. We've got a fair bit going on underneath the foot, and to be completely honest, transparent with you guys at home, I was a little bit concerned. There's just too much happening underneath the body. However, first run, very happy. Second run, even happier. And then what I've done is about 30 Ks in my Wave Sky 5s, and I cannot fault the midsole. It performs very nicely underneath the foot. It's cushioned in the areas I want it to be cushioned. So for me, being a midfoot runner, I get all the cushioning I require, that impact support. However, my absolute favorite part of this shoe is that little rocker through the forefoot. So I just feel that my release is nice and smooth. Really liking what they have done with the midsole through here. Okay guys, let's talk all things upper. Mizuno have gone back to the drawing board, done a couple little mild changes to this upper, and in their upper, less is more. Unlike the midsole, they've executed a very nice, minimalistic fit, feel, and function on top, which I am a big fan of. So they've called it smooth stretch woven upper. So pretty much from the just behind the lock lacing system forward, you've got a really conformed fit. If I have to be completely critical, it is slightly shallower through the forefoot than what the Wave Sky 4 was with their engineered mesh. So it's a lighter, softer, more breathable upper. They've really nailed how this fits, how it breathes, and how it locks down as well. So huge fan. Mizuno have really done a great job with the Wave Sky 5. The other added benefit is the gusseted tongue. So again, the tongue is stitched obviously through the bottom through here to keep it nice and locked in, but there is a gusseted structure on the medial and lateral side. I am a real fan of gusseted tongues. It does help keep your foot locked in and on top of that platform, which is essentially where most of the time and effort with a running shoe is put into the engineering, is all to do with the midsole. So you want to make sure your foot is getting the most out of that cushioning, out of that support, and by having a gusseted tongue, it just keeps your foot nice and secure. Also coming back, they haven't changed anything with regards to the internal heel counter structure. So you've got a nice, strong support system at the base of your calcaneus. You can come back to that last eyelet to really lock down your heel inside this shoe. The other real benefit, if I got to call it out, which I want to, is they have ever so slightly changed the amount of memory foam they have on the internal lining. Small criticism, when I say small, I literally mean small. I personally found that very, very comfortable in the Wave Sky 4. However, feedback-wise, it was probably a little bit too much foam. So a lot of runners came back saying, I like the feel of it, felt comfortable, but just a bit too much foam going on around the back half through here. So Mizuno obviously listened, and what they have done is decrease the amount of foam around the back of the shoe, but by no means have they sacrificed comfort and cushioning. Still a very nice fit and feel. The materials they use to secure that foam in are premium. Feel very nice. I haven't or did not experience any rubbing at the back of this shoe whatsoever from my first run right through to my run this morning in the Wave Sky 5. Okay guys, let's talk all things width with the Wave Sky 5. In the men's, we've got a standard D width and a slightly broader 2E. In the women's, we have a B standard and a D width on offer as well. So 2 widths, both men's and women's. And I must say, I love it when a brand makes their shoe available in widths. They're catering for that neutral runner, but if you happen to be slightly broader and you don't find the standard width comfortable, they have the 2E or they have the D on offer for you, the runner, to make them more comfortable, of course. All right, in wrapping up the Wave Sky 5, it is slightly lighter, around 15 grams for the men's size 9s, and we'll whack the weights of the shoe up here on the screen. Also, the slightly lower heel to toe drop, I do like that. I mean, an 8mm heel to toe offset is executed perfectly with that mild rocker through the forefoot. But the biggest and most successful change in this shoe is the addition of the Energy Core, which runs through the Mizuno Wave technology. I personally find it a little bit softer, but more of a sort of consistent feel. It doesn't matter if I'm striking through the midfoot or I happen to sort of drop back towards a heel. You get a really consistent ride underneath the body. I really do think the Wave Sky is trending towards a very, very attractive shoe. It's going to obviously cater for, I feel, a few more neutral runners out there. When you're talking about the Wave Sky 5 and its other competitors, you're throwing up the Glycerins, you're talking Nimbuses, and you're also maybe a Vomero. It will come into a discussion as well from Nike, just to name a few. So I feel this shoe here is going to actually fit, feel, and function better for a lot more runners out there. I'm a big fan of this shoe. If you have been a Mizuno Wave Sky runner and you've got some feedback on the shoes, be it the 4 or the 3, or if you've been lucky enough to try a 5, let us know in the comments section below. If you've got any questions, queries, or theories about this shoe or other neutral running shoes out there, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you, the runners out there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the red button, stay notified, and we'll keep knocking out these shoe reviews for you, the running community all across the world. We love helping you out. And until next time, guys, stay safe, be kind to one another, happy running, and we'll see you out on the road. Take care.